Today I'm in Sequoia National Forest, and I'm going to be hiking through Jenny Lake's wilderness into Kings Canyon National Park. And I'm going to be trying to stay at Seville Lake is the place I'm going to. I'm going to do some fishing there. It's just going to be an overnight. Should be a fun trip. Hopefully see some wildflowers. Hopefully catch some fish. And hopefully see some cool other stuff, you know, that we've never seen before. I've never been on this trail. I'm at the Marvin Pass Trailhead. And it's about 6 or so miles over to the lake. So let's get this going, guys. This is a self-registry area for the National Forest and Jenny Lake's wilderness. But if you're staying in the national park, you need to get a permit from the national park before you come over here to this trailhead. Lupins out here popping. And some ear brush. See a note this one maybe. Got some western wallflower here. Looking pretty nice. These little white flowers that diffuse ground smoke. The beginning of the trail's just been heading uphill, you know, like normal for a trail. I think up towards Marvin Pass and the Mitchell Peak trail junction. But it's been pretty nice. Sun shining through the trees, lots of wildflowers. Beautiful smell from this ceanothus. Puffball mushroom here. Snow plant. Jenny Lake's wilderness. I believe this is Marvin Pass. There's just no signage though, it's all, oh, Mitchell Peak that way, Raoul that way. I think we're going towards Raoul Meadow. Raoul Meadow right over to this side, that's the way we're going. Walking next to this meadow for the last 10 minutes or so, and mosquito activity has definitely increased. They are trying to get me for sure. Hopefully that's not the case at the lake. I know that this area, Raoul Meadows, always bad for mosquitoes. Real bad. Some awesome crimson columbine here next to the creek. A triple junction here, right for Raoul Meadow, this way for Seville Lake, and that's the way I came back Marvin Pass. So we're going to be going this way towards Seville Lake. They lied, guys. Seville Lake's that way. That's the way to Roaring River. And so I almost walked on the wrong trail for a minute, and I realized, hey, this is going the wrong way. So this is the trail over here. to Seville Lake. I believe this is part of Raoul Meadow. At least the side of it. There's a way bigger part down the trail that way. Beautiful. Oh, it's real money. All right, this is the park boundary here. This is why I need a permit to be in Kings Canyon, because this is where you enter Kings Canyon. So now we drop down to Seville Lake. Woo! These are really cool. I don't see these often. Pretty sure they're scarlet gilia. If they're not, they're California fuchsia, but I'm almost positive they're the scarlet gilia. Man. Wow. Some seep monkey flowers right there. Beautiful yellow. Got a mushroom right here. Awesome, and a lot of mosquitoes, as you can tell. All right, dropping down into Belle Canyon and getting some cool views of some granite domes and some granite peaks and stuff. Awesome. Here's some what I believe is subalpine fleabane. Few down trees, but nothing too bad. Pretty beautiful, honestly. Let me show you guys this view real quick. Wow, it's a nice looking peak over there. Super awesome. All right, officially made it over here to Belle Canyon, and we're gonna drop into Seville Lake. We're up to Seville Lake. It's about 1 mile this way. Whoop. All right. We made it to Seville Lake, and it's pretty windy. Now let's go down to the lake and get our first look, right? Look at that, baby. Seville Lake. Alright, dropping down to the outlet. This will probably be where I get my water. All right, getting the tent all set up. And first thing I'm gonna do is get my sleeping pad blown up. On this trip, I'm using an Outdoor Vitals pad. I don't know, it's like 3.6, 3.8 R value, 2 to 3 inches thick. It's not for winter, but it is. I have used it in winter before, and it's a pretty nice sleeping pad to me. This bag comes with it. I store my clothes in it, and then it's used to fill up your bag and get less condensation in there than normal. So we're gonna do that a few times. For my sleep system, I got a Enlightened Equipment. I think it's an Enigma quilt, and it's 20 or 30 degree rated, and I love it. And then I also got this handy dandy down pillow that I just started bringing the last couple of trips, because I'm sick of the air pillows. And this one is real nice, and that'll go there. And yeah, tent set up, sleeping system set up, and relax for a little bit. We're gonna go over some of the food that I brought on this trip. I didn't bring too much. Well, I guess it depends on who you ask, but pour it all out right here, I guess, on my bag here, and I'll go through this. So my morning is gonna consist of like a hot chocolate, this oats and honey bar, probably some dried mangoes, and that's basically breakfast. You know, I might throw in like a Welch's fruit snack in there, and then I get on the trail. After that, you know, I got some extra Welch's, Slim Jim, a couple of Propels. You know, I like to bring these mixes on my adventures. It's good to have electrolytes. Some oatmeal cookies, some Sour Patch Kids for quick sugar, some carbs in the form of Ritz crackers, jalapeno pistachios, unshelled. I love these guys, delicious. Corn nuts, something picante. I don't know, they're delicious. And then for dinner, I've got, first time bringing this on one of my trips, one of these. It's a dehydrated meal that I made myself. It's a taco. It's ground beef, jalapeno, bell pepper, onion, and then I brought along some cheese, that cheesy cheese, to add later on tonight. So that's for dinner, and I'll let you guys know how that looks when we get to that point. Snack right now, I got some stuff. Let's see in here. What I'm gonna eat right now is gonna be some Ritz cheese crackers, some Hatch green chili sticks, and probably a fruit snack. Easy, quick calorie. So in Sequoia Kings Canyon, you need to store your food properly, either in a bear canister or in one of these generous bear boxes that are at certain camps. And so we'll go ahead and throw my food into here, and get it later. There's another view of Seville Lake as I'm walking around just inspecting the area. Oh, this is by far the best like swim spot on the lake here. And also probably a good fishing spot. Oh, yeah. Seeing if it's flat, seeing if it's comfortable. Hell, maybe I'll even take a nap since I got here so early. But we're basically just chilling for the rest of the day, hanging out by the lake. Alright, not gonna lie, I took a little 2-hour nap. Felt pretty awesome. And super comfy spot. Still pretty windy, but I'm gonna try to get some fishing done before dinner tonight, so yeah, let's get that going. So today, I've got my Tenkara Adventure Pocket. Oh, it's like a 9-footer. That's what I'll be using today. This little green, like elk caddis, I think is what they call it. On a 9-foot line. We're gonna go fish the outlet first and see if we can catch anything over here. There's also another hidden lake over to the left over here up in the hills. We're gonna go see if we can fish any of that too. Maybe right now, maybe later, we'll see. I did have a fish on. Doing some off-trail stuff to get over here to this lake. I think it's called Sheep Camp Lake. We'll see. It's trying to be more difficult than the map shows. Or maybe I took a bad route, I don't know. I do see a glimmer of water. I do see a glimmer. Kind of a first look at Sheep Camp Lake, I think. Ball Dome. In guides, I've heard that this is a good fishing lake, but I'm not seeing any movement. I tell you, there's mosquitoes over here, though. Hello? And a crazy echo. I'm gonna get some water from down here because it's flowing pretty good. Oh, I had a fish on. We go around and just gather up some sticks and stuff, just in case I want to have a fire tonight. All right, that's probably good enough for a small fire tonight for an hour or so. Filtering up some water. Probably have to drop back down to the creek again tonight. Grab some more for dinner and all that, but get some water to drink right now. All right, like I said earlier, I'm gonna be making a dehydrated meal that I made myself. It's kind of like a taco mix, and Should only take 2 or 3 ounces of water, which is nice. We'll drop some water in here. All right, get that water going. Got my little oxygen packet in there. Make sure to remove that. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. It doesn't look that great. And I want to say I could have put more serving in here. It's not very much food in there, but there's some meat and some veggies. And I'm gonna drop some cheese in there, and it should be pretty good. Last time I had it, I tested it. It was pretty good. And let's add that hot water over here. Tonight I'm gonna have raspberry lemonade propel. It's been about 8 minutes or so, so open this up and see if it constituted correctly. It looks like it did. Drop a little bit of cheese in there. Put a little cheesy cheese in there. So it's kind of, more or less this is what it looks like. Got some cheese in there, ground beef, peppers, onions, jalapenos, and I probably should have brought a tortilla this round, but this is looking pretty good. Put a little too much water this time, but not so bad. First bite. Yeah, it's so good. All right, it's about 6:30, and so doing a little evening fishing around the lake. See if we can get lucky. Oh man, it's hard. It's hard to stay still when there's 10 mosquitoes biting you. Oh, fish on. Alright, yeah, I got my hand wet, of course. Beautiful brook trout. Look at that guy. That's the second one of the day. There's so many mosquitoes, guys. Oh. That's a trout on. Oh, and he got it up. Oh, fish on as I slip. He got it off. Fish on, boys. It's a little brookie, and he's coming right to me. Oh my god, that's a beautiful, like, silverish brook trout. Holy shit. All right, let's get him back in. Ooh. That's a nice one. Holy wow. Look at that. That's a 12-incher, huh? With a little hook going on. That's the best one of the day. And he's gone. Wow. That's a nice one. we got a decent fish on, decent fish on, decent fish on. Let's go. Bring him in. He's got one more fight, one more fight. Boom. Easy. That's what I like. Boom. Let him go. All right. That's like 4 or 5 on the day. And gotta get this fire started to get rid of these mosquitoes. Just keep adding little sticks around this kind of basket of sticks I made, and should have a fire going in no time. That's nice enough to scare the mosquitoes away. Gonna burn the rest of this wood and then probably call it a night. It's been a beautiful time. This is gonna be the end of the night here at Seville Lake. See you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning here on Seville Lake. Great night last night, didn't get too cold. A lot of mosquitoes, decent amount this morning, but I don't know, it's worth it. Great time for an overnight trip. The plan for today is just enjoy this beautiful sunrise and have some hot chocolate, and then probably get ready to head back because I only got 1 day off and that was overnight. So yeah, that's gonna be the deal today. Woo! Let that do its thing, and we got some hot chocolate here. Enjoy this sunrise real quick. Oh. Man, there's a lot of mosquitoes. Ooh. Here's going to be your last look at Seville Lake this morning before we head out back to the trailhead. Reflection's looking pretty awesome, and it's a beautiful lake. And there's some big fish in there, I know there is. All right, I got camp all cleaned up and packed up, and we're ready to head back to the trailhead. So let's enjoy this beautiful morning and a nice hike back to Marvin Pass Trailhead. Some meadow larkspur. Hordes of mosquitoes. I'm sure I look proper ridiculous hiking, but man, there's a massive horde of mosquitoes following me. Anytime I stop, they just swarm me. So this is the way it's gonna be until at least Raoul Meadow, or maybe past Raoul Meadow. Mosquitoes, man. Mosquitoes will barely let me have a break, man. They're just all over. So we made it over the pass, and now we drop down into Jenny Lake towards Raoul Meadow. Here's some pretty cool cup fungus. Bunch of blue lips here, or Torrey's blue-eyed Marys. Yeah, the mosquitoes won't let me take a break, but this thing right here is a lifesaver. Easy to get water. I don't have a bladder. It just goes straight into my smart water bottle. My friend Cameron's been using one for a while, and he's enjoyed it. And I mean, it's a lifesaver on this type of trail where you can't take a break because mosquitoes are chasing you down. Definitely helps with keeping you hydrated. Richardson's geranium, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sweet. Beautiful little creek here. Made it up to Marvin Pass again. And so we've just got another mile to the car down this way.